Okay, so Farnoosh, the big question on everyone's mind is your ultimate plan if you had lost everything, say your house, money, family, job, you were at your total bottom, what would be the steps you would take to rebuild and come back more abundantly if you only had 30 days to do it?
So you included family in that? I've lost everyone that cares about me or people that I care about?
Yes, say
Oh,
you couldn't rely totally on family at all. What would you do?
okay. Well, I have started to really focus on my inner, I don't want to call it wisdom, but really, I think we all have this inner wisdom. So for lack of a better word, we're going to call it our own inner wisdom, our own inner compass. And I think it's always there, but it takes a long time, a process, if you will, to tap into it. So I think it's really a good opportunity. Even though it's a really dire situation, it's not a happy situation, it's still going to be difficult. But I think it's a really good opportunity to give your inner wisdom a chance to work. There's no influence. There's no outsiders telling you, you can't do this, you can't do that, you should do this, you shouldn't do that, right? All of that. And there is no pull in any direction. You're kind of like at a place where you can really think very clearly for the first time and see what's important and pursue that. So what would I do? Well, I think at that point I probably wouldn't care so much about rebuilding my business as I would about rebuilding myself, right? I would be in a probably devastated place if I lost everything. So I would focus on my health, right? Doing whatever I can to take care of myself physically and emotionally and spiritually. Make sure I still believe in myself. Make sure I still have some faith that things are going to turn out okay. So I will do a lot of meditation. I will do a lot of affirmations. I know this all sounds like fluffy stuff to some people, but really it works. This is coming to you from an engineer through and through. So I think in a situation like that, I would really focus on myself and I focus on getting my mindset in the right place. So then I do a plan of action. So I don't know if that's the kind of answer you're looking for. I'm just going to a place where that's happened and I'm thinking, what am I going to do? But I'm happy to expand more for you if that's not the right way you wanted me to answer it. So.
No, that is absolutely perfect. I like the outlook that you take, that losing the family can actually be a blessing if you say now you are removing distractions and can be totally clear as to what it is you want.
Yeah, and not losing the family so much as they're gone, but maybe they are not around, right? They're not around to really just like tell you what they think and what you should do, right? I mean, I've had a lot of pressure from my family. So I think if you can just have a chance to clear your mind, at least to be able to think, you may later go back to them. But huge opportunity for clarity and kind of following that inner compass.
Right. So you totally believe that the very first step and most important would be to find inner clarity?
Yes, I do. And the belief that everything is going to be okay. So starting to believe in yourself again, because something like that can really set you back, right? So just really composing yourself, bringing yourself together, finding that pillar of belief and faith and the place where you know things are going to be okay. They look really bad right now, but things are going to be okay. I think without that, you're going to just keep spiraling into desperation and depression, and it's really hard to come back from it, even if your situation actually starts to improve. So definitely focusing on gaining that clarity that, and the belief that you're going to be okay.
Right. Now, say there are some people who may be new to the fluffy stuff of affirmations, finding clarity, and meditation, and being alone, it will make it difficult for some people. What would you say? What are some steps to really, can you break down the process of your best ways and methods you use to find inner clarity?
Sure, yeah, that's really good because there is the whole idea of it being new to you, and then if you're actually familiar with the idea, there is the question of how to actually do it. So I am actually relatively new to affirmations, and I was introduced through Louise Hay, the work of Louise Hay. And this is a woman I absolutely adore. I think she is just really an angel, a living saint. And I've read her work, and the idea that you have these positive statements that you say in the present tense. So you don't say, I want to be happy. You don't say, I want to ever. You say, I am happy. You don't say, I want to get better. You say, I am, my body is in harmony right now, or my body is healing. So you want to use the present tense. You want to use affirmation. So you start with yourself, your body, I am, or my body is, or my mind is, or I feel a certain way, those words, and then you fill in the blanks with positive statements. So she has one actually for crisis, which is one of my favorites, right? She says that depending on the level of crisis, you use different repetition numbers for this one. But it is all is well, everything is going to work out for my highest good, and I am safe. Okay, so assuming you are not really in harm's way or in danger, right? Obviously, if you are, you need to get out of it before start saying affirmations, right? I mean, you do know that, right? Your common sense has to kick in. But,
Right.
But those three phrases, when, let's say, God forbid, you have an accident, or you just drop something, you break something, you just, kind of tell yourself, everything's going to work out for my highest good. I know it sounds a little weird, but really, once you start to make friends with these phrases, they are going to be like hugs and kisses to you. They're going to come so handy in those situations where you want to freak out and panic and blurt out everything that comes to mind that makes you feel completely worse, right? And it's a work in progress, let me tell you. I mean, I still revert to my old ways of just freaking out over sometimes the small stuff. It's all small stuff anyway. So something like that. So she actually gives you guidelines. So that's for crisis. She has some for the morning where you just, starting to greet the day, and some of us carry negative thoughts and we wake up with negative thoughts, and so you clear those by just, that's all around self-love and self-care. I love you the way I love myself the way I am, or I accept myself. I approve of myself.